Hey guys, had a dream and I'm gonna share it. All right, so this morning at 7 o'clock, I got outside and the humidity broke. The temperature dropped down to like 70, 65, 70. It was beautiful, beautiful. All month and last month, it was humid and hot. It finally broke. Well, it broke a couple times, but man, we needed it. Anyway, so I went to do CE5 at Dan's. I got there around 8. Had to go do stuff with mom and got there around 8 o'clock. Sat in the backyard, hooked up to the ET. Now, the thing is, I usually, and I know better, hook up to the ET spiritually, ask him for tomorrow. That gives him enough time and the message to be received by him. Then he show up tomorrow there and give me a sighting. Now the thing was, and that's usually how I do it, but I did it because I didn't know the weather. And when I got to Dan's, I just sat in the chair, meditated, hooked up the ET, and asked for a visual. I'm sick of the little white dots that you can't see. Okay, the white ones, the white dots that come for the last 2 years over Dan's house, you can't see them. You can't eyeball them. It's impossible. And so I just filmed the clouds and hope for the best. And there they are, right over my head. Clouds are passing by. So this time, I want this year. I'll film the white spheres that you can't see. But there was no clouds. There was nothing in the sky to focus my camera off of, and there were no clouds. So I have nothing to focus off of. It could have been there today. I don't know. But I'm telling the ET I wanted to visualize something. The last one I filmed a balloon or the craft. I can't figure it out yet. My feeling inside, the feeling inside is what I asked for. Exactly what I asked for. Except not a mylar balloon look. I just wanted a silver sphere. That would have been the best. I didn't ask specifically for a silver. Yeah, I did. But I got the mylar balloon. But it's doing whatever it's doing. That's another video. Anyway, it morphs. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But I don't know if it's a ET craft or not. My internal ain't bending me towards it. Bending me towards the ET craft just because of the way it morphs and what happened spiritually before I got it. Now, it's a different story. But I said it this morning. I'm at Dan's house. Spiritually asked ET for a sighting. I sit there from 8 o'clock to 10, and I see nothing. I took some butterfly pictures on the flowers, some bird pictures. Other than that, nothing, man. And that was looking good. Now there could have been one of them craft up there that are very small and white, and I didn't see it. I saw lots of ghost things. When you're staring at a flat blue sky, just stare at it and meditate. Not into the fucking sun, just the blue sky. And then just relax and look around. You'll see shit flying by. But it's all in the illusion. It's all ghosts or people. Anyway, that's what I do. Shit, you wouldn't believe the stuff I seen. But you can't film it. Not really. Anyway, so I'm looking in the sky for hours and 2 hours. So I did the CE5. And the whole time I was thinking all my experiences I had, which I've talked about on here, most of them. I still got a couple to make, but I just ain't got around to it. And I thought about all the times I saw the UFO, all the times I saw the ETs, all the questions I had, the big the big UFO, the lights, all the proof with my friends. Also awesome. And kind of bummed me out that I didn't see anything. Doesn't mean it wasn't there. I just didn't see it. I was hooking up to the ET. He was there. That's for damn sure. And when you're looking spiritually, when you bring your inner light to your head and you hook up to the ET and you're looking at him and he's looking at you and you're just looking at each other like this. You're looking at him and he's just sitting there. And all of a sudden he bends over to do something and you didn't think it. That's how you know it's not fancy. when he throws you off guard. You're like, holy shit, this is real. then you know it's not fucking fantasy. All right, so get on with this damn video. So I did that for 2 hours. Just sat meditated, hooked up to ET, looking for a craft. Didn't film nothing. Came home, ate lunch, laid down, and I had a dream. This is a dream I had, and this is pretty cool because the dream is representing everything I thought about when I was out there. All the cool settings I had, all the parallel universes, and what's going on, and it gives me. I ain't figured it all out, the dream, but I'm gonna dictate it to you. You can help figure it out, but I know some stuff. And JC's looking at it. He recorded the whole goddamn thing. He records my dreams, JC, so he can analyze it. In the illusion. JC calls the spirit world and all the illusions illusion. So you got everything's an illusion to him. And I gotta say it because I'm always talking to him. So I gotta train myself to talk to him. Because I ain't going nowhere. I need him for the rest of my life. So I gotta train. So when I say illusion, I really mean the spirit world. But spirit world, what does that mean? Spirit world. It doesn't break down what's in the spirit world. When you say spirit world, what do you think of? Bunch of ghosts walking around? Man, it's much more than that. An illusion helps explain it. The illusion, like the illusion rooms. Saying illusion. The illusion, you know what I mean? There's so many different illusions, but you call it saying illusion. It's because everything's an illusion. So anyway, it's a different video. I'll explain that in another. I've already explained it in almost every damn video I made. The different illusions, and the more I learn, the more I add to it. I give you the experiences and add to it because I'm learning when you create an illusion. Anyway, so I go into this dream. I'm at my old house here in Chatham where I grew up as a little kid. When I first saw the ETs, second time I saw the ETs. So I'm about 7 years old. I'm not 7 years old in the dream. This is reality. I'm 7. I moved to this house when I was 7. That's when all the ETs started coming. It was half in the country, half outside, half in the city. It's on the outskirts of the city. Anyway, in the dream, this is the dream now. Okay, so the dream. I'm in the front yard by myself. I get up in the morning, I go in the front yard by myself, and I notice coming down the street are catapults. Catapult. You know those things that go, you put a little, like a fireball in there and you go, click, 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 and then you pull a little cord and it goes, whoof, and it throws the fireball. Okay, there's about 1,000 of them coming down the street, all the way to the fucking horizon. But they were huge, and they were 1,000 feet tall, like 10 stories tall, if not more. Yeah, about 10 stories. 1,000. Yeah, that's big. Anyway, they're all coming down the street, and they line up all the way to the horizon. Catapults. I keep thinking I'm saying it wrong. So the one catapult is stationed out front of my house, and I'm looking at it, and it's got the wheels. Well, I don't even think it has wheels, but it has a base, and it's pulled back like this. It's pulled down, but I can't see anything it's going to throw. There was nothing in the little basket that it's going to throw. And I'm thinking, why is it pulled down? And I noticed it was made up of really thick sticks, like 10 trees. Imagine 10 trees without no branches, all real tight. And the basket is on the end here. And there's 10 trees all tight. And they're wrapped with vines and sinew and stuff like that. It's wrapped real tight. And then they pulled it back. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, fuck, they're going to pull it. Somebody's going to pull this thing. And I got to see it. And I'm thinking, why there's so many of them? There's catapults all lined up to the horizon. Hundreds of them. Hundreds. I can't see any further. So I'm thinking that, and I wanted to run in the house and hide. But I'm like, hell no, I'm not missing this. I want to see this, man. So I'm sitting there, and I don't think somebody came, and all of a sudden, the catapult, somebody cut the cord, and it went, woof, and nothing went flying. Not that I seen. In my mind, it was like a ball, that would be in, but I never got a really good look to see if there's anything in there. I just never saw anything, but I assumed it was. Anyway, so just remember that. And remember how this thing was made. All right. Remember how it was made out of trees, sinew, and vines all wrapped together, tied the trees together to make a catapult, a spring, and an object in the catapult. Okay, so remember that. So I watch the catapult, and as it flips like that, and it comes back like this, it moves. It moved over to the factory, which is like 5 houses down the street. 5 houses. And so I'm like, I gotta go walk over there and see what the hell's going on. But before I do that, I run in the house and get my camera. Okay. And it wasn't the P900 I got now, or the P1000. It was one of those little click cameras. Click, click, click. One of those from back in the day when I was a little kid, 50 years ago camera. So I'm sitting there and I look up in the sky and I'm looking at the clouds overhead. And all of a sudden I see a butterfly. There's a butterfly and it's flying around the clouds. And the butterfly is huge because it's huge. It's huge butterfly flying around the low fluffy clouds. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's Mothra from Godzilla. That's what I'm thinking, And I'm like, holy shit, but it's beautiful. It's yellow and golden color, and it has little yellow spots and little dark spots. And I'm like, trying to identify what species it is because that's what I've done. That's what I do when I was a kid. I look for butterflies, right? But this one's flying up in the sky. It's flying around, and all of a sudden it lands on a cloud. Underneath the cloud, and it's hanging on underneath the cloud, and it's damn near as big as a cloud, and it's hanging on underneath the cloud. And I'm like, gotta get a picture. So I'm looking, because it's not normal. I'm like, what the fuck is butterflies don't hang on clouds? And so I take a picture, click, click, click. I take a couple pictures of it, and then it flies away. I'm like, son of a bitch. What the hell's going on? And all of a sudden I look down, and there's a fence on the other side of the road. The fence on the other side of the road, and it's going across like this in front of me, a straight fence. So cars and shit can't go into the parking lot. I have to go around to the enter and exit parking lot. But there's a fence. And all of a sudden, I see a vehicle coming. I don't even know. I can't remember. I'm totally blocked on my head. There's a vehicle coming. And yeah, some kind of car. And it was coming. And it didn't slow down. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna hit the fence. And just as it hits the fence, it goes right through the fence. The fence didn't bend, the car didn't slow down or speed up. Everything was just normal, but it drove right through the fence. I'm like, what the fuck? What is that? What is that? And I wanted to take pictures at it, but I wasn't expecting anything, and it was over before it even began. And I was like, it just went through the damn fence. I saw the fence over top of the car. It was a reddish brown car, yeah. So that happened. And I'm like, holy shit. The butterfly and a fence, and I'm going, nothing makes sense. Butterflies don't land on the bottom of clouds, have a rest. Cars don't drive through fences. What the fuck is a catapult? A catapult that's 10 stories high, lets loose, and when it comes back, it's over there. I'm freaking. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I look at the catapult and I'm like, I gotta go to the factory. I gotta go. And it's a tool and die factory. Google it. I can Google it and put it on. I have. So I ain't doing it now. But anyway, it's a tool and die factory in Chatham, Ontario, and you go there. And I used to live near there. And anyway, in the dream, I'm going to the factory. And I'm walking up, the catapult is completely gone. As I get to the factory, there's construction going on at the first part. As soon as I get past the last house, the factory starts. And there's a big parking lot where they store tool and die shit. Anyway, I'm looking, and it's totally different. There's construction going on. And construction guys, they got the yellow vests on, they got black masks on, and they're all construction workers, but they all got black masks. And there's a wall, like a stone wall. Not stone. Look, I don't know what it was. They were constructing a wall, and it had the feeling of a castle, okay? Around, down, it went all the way down the sidewalk, and they were constructing it. And it was a fence so no one could see in. But I stopped, just before I go into that, I stopped at the construction site, and I looked. And they dug a big hole. There was a bulldozer. And I was looking at all the guys, and there's cranes and bulldozers around the hole, and a mountain farther in the parking lot. There was a mountain, but it wasn't a parking lot. It should be a parking lot, but it's not a parking lot. They dug a big hole, and all the dirt is going up, like a mountainside. And in the side of the mountain, they cut a dirt, I don't even know a word for this. They built like a trough, a vertical trough in the dirt in the side of the mountain. And it goes in like this. So you got two sides, and it was like that. And it's going up the side of the mountain in the dirt. And I follow it up there, and there's guys climbing on the mountain. And halfway up, there's a bulldozer. And I look at the bulldozer, and it's stuck in the trough. It ain't stuck. I don't know. It's just sitting there. But the thing, what's it called? The pushes the dirt. It's stuck on the left trough wall, and the rear tread, whatever, bulldozer tread, I call it tread, whatever. The bulldozer's tread on the right-hand side, back right-hand side, is stuck on the other trough of the wall. So it's stuck vertical like this. And one part is stuck here, and the other part is stuck here in this trough. And there's a guy in the bulldozer, and he's just sitting there. It's like he's having a smoke or eating his lunch, waiting for orders from the foreman before he gets back going on to work. And I'm like, that fucking thing's got to weigh 30 tons, and it's sitting up there, stuck in the trough. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I'm looking at the bulldozer up there doing construction, but it's more or less floating in this trough in the side of instead of a mountain. And the mountain is a man-made mountain, human-made mountain. They made it. They made the dirt pile, but they had this big trough in it, and the bulldozer's just sitting there. And the guy doesn't look concerned. Nobody looks concerned. They're all just doing whatever they're doing. They're walking around working. All of a sudden, I'm looking up, and I look down. I look down at the construction workers. There's about 10 of them in a little group in the construction site, standing in the dirt near a crane or some other construction thing, and they're all just standing there, and they're all looking at me, looking at them, and they have black masks on. Now, they all have black masks on. And there's about 7, 10 of them. I wear a black mask when I go into grocery stores and buy food. Other than that, I wore before. Now, this isn't the dream. Before I went to do the CE5, I went into the store and I was looking for a white mask because I always usually have 13 in my goddamn pocket. But I just did my laundry. I didn't have any white masks. So I checked the glove compartment where my mom keeps a spare black mask. And I'm like, oh, thank God, because I didn't want to go back home, get another fucking mask for the Prime Minister. Okay? So I put the goddamn thing on. I go in there. Everybody's fucking happy. I buy my fucking lottery ticket for mom. She wants some, whatever. And I leave. That's why I wore a mask. I don't wear a mask any other reason. Just to go in there and get food and not get hassled and arrested and bitched at by old people. You goddamn, that looks like we're all gonna die from the fucking virus. All right, yeah. It's been 2 years. I haven't fucking worn a goddamn thing anywhere with my friends, anywhere else I go. And guess what? I ain't had a fucking sniffle, right? I'm probably dying of fucking lung cancer, but I ain't got a goddamn disease yet. Anyway, back in the dream, there's 7 construction workers, 7 to 10 construction workers are building into construction, and they're all staring at me because I'm staring at them. Well, they surprised me because they weren't staring at me when I started looking up. But I looked down, and they're all staring at me, and they're all wearing black masks and a construction vest. And I'm like, whoa. So I'm looking at them. That's kind of freaking me out, right? And I'm like, all right, well, I gotta go, guys. So, I'm walking along the road. I start walking along the factory wall, the wall that they're building, and it's like a castle or something. It's like a castle, and we were walking down, and I'm walking down the road by myself. But it seems like there's someone with me, but I don't know who it is. I never do see them, but there's someone with me. And it's like, I think it's JC because he's always with me. So I think it's one of them or Tina or one of the kids or something. I don't know. I'm always hooked up to some spirit in St. Illusion, be it Christ or some other person taking care of me in the illusion. Not the dream illusion, the illusion, which is a whole nother thing I have to explain, but let's stick to the dream. As I'm walking along, I get this bam feeling that they're gonna have a party in there. That's what I thought. They're having a party, a company party inside. They're gonna have a company party inside the factory for the employees of the factory. I'm not an employee of the factory. So, fuck, what do I know? I'm the construction guy. I'm not. Oops, I gave it away. I'm just observing. I'm not a construction guy. Anyway, I'm not at this point, but they're me. That's what I'm saying. Now, as I'm walking along, they're going to have a party for the workers of the factory that's already there and running. But they're building a wall up, and they're building all this shit in the catapults. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with that. But it's going to be like a big week-long circus festival for the employees. And I know it's not public. You can't get in there. What's going on in there is like top fucking Google secret. Okay, you no one's supposed to know what's going on in there, and that's why they're building this 20-foot wall around, and it feels like a castle. The wall feels like a castle wall, and I'm outside the wall. And so anyway, my instinct says they're gonna have a party for the employees. I'm like, cool, whatever turns you on. I don't give a shit. I'm not an employee. I don't fucking like circuses and carnivals anyway. Fuck it, I don't care. So I keep on walking, but there's a lot of interesting shit going on that makes no sense. So I'm investigating it, right? And so I walk past I walk down to the end of the wall, and I come across some people, and I'm talking to them. I'm like, you don't believe that fucking butterfly in the clouds and the catapult and what the fuck? And me and other public, my friends or whatever, that are not, we're not allowed in there. And we're discussing some weird shit we seen, and next thing I know, somehow one of the employees that's helping build the castle, the public relations officer or something, he comes out and goes, "Yeah, hey guys," he goes, "We need a job. One of the one can't do the job. Somebody that works in there can't do the job he's doing. We need someone to come in and work and do the job." And I'm like, and he looks at me, he goes, "Hey, you want a job?" I said, "Yeah, I'll take a job." And he goes, "Well," I go, "What is it? You know, get some jobs I can't do, whatever." And he goes, "Well, blah, 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 blah." I don't even know, but I take it. So something like delivering fucking letters or something. So next thing I know, I go inside, but they don't show me anything. It's all secret walls and hallways and shit. So I'm walking down the hallways. I come to this room, and he goes, "Okay, you sit in this chair," and it goes up and down like an elevator. And he goes, right beside it is, and you're in a pipe. You're in a long tube. It goes way up high, and it goes way down, and it goes down to the ground. And he goes, "I'll be in the pipe right next to you, doing the same thing you are." Okay. And you look at the information. And it says A2 or whatever. You go to the slot and you stick it in the slot. You go up, you find the slot with a number on it where the letter goes, and you stick it in there. And then it goes down and up and down and up and down. And so I'm doing that. I'm sitting in this chair and I'm going up and down and up and down. And I go up and I stop and I go, okay, this letter goes in the B3 slot. B3 slot. And so I take the letter and I stick it in there. And that's it. And then I look at the next letter and it says blah, blah, blah. And so I go up or down. And so I'm doing that. And as long as I focus on doing the job, this is important for me. As long as I focus on doing the job, the letters go where they gotta go. And I'm not afraid, more or less, of claustrophobic, because I'm claustrophobic and it's tight. This tube is tight. I mean, shoulder to shoulder, and I got inches in front of me, and I'm in this tube. As long as I don't think about it, I'm okay. It's claustrophobic. And as long as I'm doing the job, up and down, and I do that for a couple hours, I just got to deliver this fucking bag of letters in the right slots. Anyway, I'm going up, and I meet the guy, and we both stop and we're talking. He's in his tube, and there's a little hole, and he goes, "Hey man," he goes, "What do you think of this?" And I go, "Well, it's all right, I guess, you know." I go, as long as I don't focus on being in here, as long as I don't focus on being in here in the claustrophobia box of this pipe I'm in, he goes, "Yeah, I know I can get to you after a while." Eh? I'm like, "Fuck, it's already getting to me. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to quit this job." And he goes, "Yeah, a lot of people do." I'm like, "Yeah," and delivering letters or whatever. I go, "I'm ready to quit," but I'll get it done. I'll get through this. And he goes, and I go, "As long as I don't think about it and I just think about the job, I'll get it. I'll be all right." And he goes, "Okay, well, that's a good way of thinking about it." And he goes, "Hey, did you ever go to the top?" And I go, "The top?" I'm like, "Hell no, I ain't going to the top." He goes, "Why?" He goes, "Come on, let's go to the top." I'm going, "I ain't going to the top. I ain't go. It's going to take me 5 minutes to get to the top." And he goes, "Yeah, the view is awesome." And I go, dude, I am so afraid of heights. You wouldn't even believe it. I'll pass out. I'll start crying. I'll freeze up. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. And he goes, all right, all right. He goes, you don't have to go to the top. And I go, what's it like at the top? And I already know what it's gonna be like. Whoopee, the top. And I'm like, no fucking way am I going. Now that's my fear talking. It's the guy. My fear of heights. So this is a dream. And he goes, okay, well, we gotta get back to work. And I go, all right, I'll see you later. And he takes off, and and I'm really feeling claustrophobic, really claustrophobic, like I'm in a box, like everything. And so then I gotta read my notes. I wrote it all down. Um, oh, give me a minute, guys. So I get done the job, and I get out. I walk out, walk down the hallways around, back on the sidewalk, and I got paid or whatever. I don't think I got paid. I'm back on the sidewalk. And as I'm walking along the wall, I'm going back home. I'm walking along the wall, and I'm thinking, so this is the party they're having. The guy that hired me, he said, yeah, they're having a party, a week-long festival or something, and a circus, and their families can come, but that's all. Employees and employees' families can come, close relatives can come, but no one else. No one else. Top fucking secret. What's going on there is top secret. And he goes, the only thing, you're going in to do one job, and that's it. And he let me do the job. And so I get out, I'm walking down, and I can really feel the top secret going on there. And it's like, this is the company factory, but the headquarters is way far away on the other side of the world. And it felt like Oriental people, Oriental people. And I go, fucking China. China's taking over and doing top secret evil shit in there. And I'm going, wow, you don't know that. It's a party. I'm like, fuck. And so I'm arguing with myself, my conspiracy mind comes out. And I go, okay, if I was an Oriental company over there in Japan or China or Taiwan or wherever, Oriental looking people, why in the hell would I come all the way to Canada and Chatham, Ontario to have a secret meeting and build this great big wall and circus and catapults and all this butterflies on the fucking clouds? What's going on? What is fucking going on? That's what I'm asking myself. This is what I'm thinking as I'm walking. And I'm going, and all the worker guys seemed like Oriental people, but they had the mask on. I couldn't see nothing, but they had the eyes, right? The eyes, and but I couldn't get a clear look. But it all felt like Oriental people, and that came from the Oriental country, wherever that was, way, way, way far. I knew it was way far away, and they came here. They came here at this factory, and they're building up a wall around this factory, and so they occupied something in Chatham. They occupied something here, and now they're having a big festival for all the employees. And that's what the feeling was saying to me, my instinct, my soul, my inner light. And I believe that more than anything. And it didn't feel a little nefarious, but I'm always questioning, right? And so I'm walking down the street. I get to the construction guys. They're all gone. They're doing things. I guess they were, and nothing else happened. Then I woke up. I went and had a piss. I lay back down, fell asleep again, and let me read here. Hold on. At the end of the, yeah. Okay, at the end, I don't know, but I have a friend. she had cancer and she's getting it taken care of in the hospital. And she's all, she might die, she might not. It's all up in the air. But anyway, she's my friend from a long time ago in Windsor. And she's dying. The whole dream, she was sitting in a chair watching me like that. And I'm like, and this has been going on for nights. Right? But I catch it, but I don't want to talk to her because I don't want to deal with all the issues. That's Dan. I asked him if he wanted to do a video with me. Hold on, let me answer him. How do I get to do this? It's on Facebook here. Give me 1 second, guys. Nah. No, I'm making video now. Okay. See this. All right. At 6, I started building my illusion room, but he was out helping someone. So I seen her, and I go over and I go talk to her, and I go, "Hey man, how you doing?" You know, trying to be chippy or whatever. And she has spite and she's angry at me. It's not a vicious angry. It's just like, I don't know. I have a feeling what it means, but I don't even know why she's in my dreams, sitting there watching me all these times. I don't even know why. But anyway, I go, well, I gotta get going. I got things to do. See you later. And she's always in the dreams watching me wherever I go. It's weird. She had like a pissy attitude towards me, but in reality, she saved me. But maybe she wanted to date me, but she had a fucking boyfriend. She had all kinds of boyfriends. I was single all the time. Well, not all the time, but it's sort of like she fucked herself. She could have been dating me, but I'm not even attracted to her like that. So I don't know, some weird shit in the spirit world between me and her. Jesus is checking it out now. Christ is checking it out. Man. Anyway, that was a dream. If I forgot something in the dream, I don't know. But let's go into it and talk about it now. Let's see what Dan said. If you wanna come in now, it's good. Maybe Dan will join us. Let's wait for an invitation. He's writing back. He's writing back. Let me see what he says. Anyway, so I wake up the second time from the dream. I told the first dream to Jesus Christ. That when I woke up, I told the dream to Jesus Christ that I just had, and he knew I did the CE5 because he was there watching. That's probably why it didn't work. I don't know. But ooh, nice day to do it. Talk to you later. Okay, so I Christ is like going through my dream, checking the symbolic of the dream. Now, the catapult, it's all the CE5. Everything in my life that had to do with ETs is in there. How do the ETs fly the craft? How do the ETs do all this shit? How do they land? They're up in the clouds and they stop. Butterfly stuck in the cloud. All right? You see what I'm saying? The symbology of it all is like fucking sick. So I'm seeing clouds. The butterfly lands on the bottom of the cloud, then it flies away. That's the craft. Biological sticking, or not necessarily biological, partially manufactured, but either way, it's flying through and lands on on the bottom of the cloud. It uses the clouds for cover. The white spheres I film at Dan's materialize and dematerialize, come into the fourth dimension and leave the fourth dimension, or float on the dimension, half in and half out. You get it? That's how they do it. That's what Christ told me. I already knew that. And so it doesn't even matter, but that's what they do. And they land and it stops in the sky, beside the cloud, in the cloud. And it's a probe, and it's doing what it does. Infiltrating the American government and the secret NASA CIA files of Majestic 12 and Google's aerospace programs and Area 51, whatever. I had to throw that in there. All right. So that's what they do, man. That's what they do. I film it. I know it. I don't see a goddamn thing, but I point the camera where I'm feeling, and there it is. Which is basically over Dan's house, or wherever I am. Okay, then the catapults come. Catapults come down the street on the Earth. They're made out of, and for a comparison, they're giving, my soul is giving me a comparison to their technology. Now, when you see a craft, a UFO, and it's on this side of the city, and all of a sudden it goes, and I've seen this in my own city, here in Chatham. The craft is here, 4 guys inside it, whoop, it whips over here instantly. It's like this. This is inverted. So the craft is here. Craft is here. And all of a sudden, it's here. Okay, this thing was huge. It was right in front of me. I was walking down the road, it was right in front of me, waiting for me to see it. As soon as I see it, I'm staring at it, and it disappears. Boof! Well, it started moving down the railroad tracks. And it went down the railroad tracks, way down the railroad tracks. And so I ran up to the railroad tracks, and I looked, and it wasn't there, because I was watching it as I was running. But there was trees there, and so it got kind of small, and I couldn't really get a good look at it, but it was there, and all of a sudden it's gone. And I get to the railroad tracks, it's gone. Where the fuck is it? And so I'm like, I look in front of me, I go up on the railroad tracks, I look in front of me, and it's over the houses in front of me. So it went from point A down there in the railroad tracks to wham over here in an instant. The catapult. Putting it into primitive terms, that's what they do. They catapult themselves from point A to point B. How it's done, I don't know. But technological. But to us humans, the same, what they do is they catapult themselves from point A to point B. So they gave me the catapult in the dream of what happens on the Earth scale. The same type of scenario, but on Earth. So that was cool. Do you understand what I'm saying? People who know what ET craft do and how they do it and how they disappear from one spot and end up way the fuck over there or wherever they want to go instantly. They just take you got the paper, you got a piece of paper, this side's point A, this side's point B. The craft, you fold the paper, the craft is at point A, but not really, it's already at point B. Go there or don't. Open the paper. A, B. But it's so fast you don't even know. Anyway, time and space shit. But the catapult, how they catapult, right? My soul is trying to give me an example of that. All right. I get to the construction workers. The bulldozer is sitting up there, right? Okay, 60-ton bulldozer, damn near is floating. It's just touching the fourth dimension in the dirt, in the crevice. Okay, it's just touching this fourth dimension. A 80-ton fucking bulldozer is just touching on the left and the right side, front and back, just touching this fourth dimension, and it's holding itself there. And the guy inside just smoking, fucking reading a book, waiting for orders from his boss. So picture the UFO in the fourth dimension, the Earth, because it was Earth. It's balanced in the crevice of the earth. The crevice being the fifth and the fourth dimension. So he's riding the wave in between dimensions. Pretty fucking simple, straightforward. I look down, I see the construction workers. Now, a long time ago in Vancouver, I go, how many people from Orion's belt, how many souls from Orion's belt, like me, are born on the earth? They said, 7. So there's 7 people who are contactees from this species of ETs on this earth being born in the body. Some are probably dead, some are probably alive. I'm one of them. My soul told me 7. I look down, there's about 7 guys standing there wearing the black mask that I wore at the store doing construction. What do you do on the earth? You're born, you do construction. You're a guy, you do construction, you work, okay? But these workers, me and the other 7 people that from this extraterrestrial race, this is all about my life growing up, the past 50 years, okay? This is all the shit I've got from my soul. I've seen with the ETs. The ETs showed me. They taught me. I'm learning. Then I walk. They're looking at me, which basically me looking at myself. But they're my friends. They're my family. They're the ETs that I used to be with in that culture, on a soul level, spirit. But I came to Earth and I went to a body and here I am. All right, living on the Earth. Making hundreds of thousands of videos, so no one gives a shit. Figure that out. Anyway, so I walk along the wall. I get the feeling, I go into the job. And now Christ told me this, but I already knew it. Inside the tube, the leather tube. You know how back in the old days, they used to put the leather in the tube and it used to go, and it'd suck. And it'd go down to the 10th floor and they'd open it up. No washroom breaks today. Get to work, you bastards. Okay? That's what they used to do, to send letters back and forth to wherever they had to go. All right? I'm in the goddamn tube delivering the letters. Up and down, up and down. So what's that? What's that? I'm delivering messages from down on the earth, doing videos like this, to way up high in the illusion. Spirit world. The illusion is the spirit world, plus this reality, the 4th dimension. The 4th dimension to Jesus Christ is the 4th dimensional illusion. Okay? That's Jesus Christ. Don't ask me, ask him. Why is everything called illusion? I do it all the time. And he goes, because it is an illusion. And I go, well, then you're a fucking illusion. Quit sticking these things in my neck. Leave me alone, right? Don't care to that goddamn kids tell me what to do. I'm Jesus Christ. I do it. And I'm like, oh, jeez. And that's my mind bitching, fighting with them. But anyway, so I'm going up, and another guy, he didn't look like an ET. He looked like me. I know, a human. We're going up and down, but we're talking on a soul level. He wants me to go all the way to the top. And I've been to the top. I know what it looks like. I've been there, done that. But I said, no, man, I'm not ready to do that. Because in the astral world, in the illusion, when you go to level 13, okay, level 5 is too fucking high for me, all right, to have a view. But I'm in this tube. I'm okay. The tube, what? The skins of the body. Okay, Earth is a box, the 4th dimension. Earth is a box. What is it? Maybe the 5th. I don't fucking know. It's 4th or 5th. Anyway, Earth is a box. Anyway, it's a box. You're born into a box 2 times over. Your soul is put into a body, which is a box. You're born on the earth. You come out of your mom, and you're born on another box. So you got 2 boxes to deal with, and you're a soul. I'm in the tube going up and down. The light, the inner light, if you let the inner light run your life, you'll realize you go up and down. The guy in there, he's just like me, and we're sending messages to the people who need them. So we're going up and down, up and down. But I'm working inside this factory, which is going to be top secret circus. The top secret is going on in there. I don't know what it is. They never told me. All my life, they didn't tell me why they're fucking here. They told me why I'm here, or myself told me why I'm here and what happened. Watch my past videos. It's all there. Everything you want to know about me is in the goddamn videos. But you know what? You know what drives me nuts? Just saying. People come, oh, you think you fucking, you must be an alien, or you don't know, telling me I don't know shit, but they didn't watch any of my videos. And just, oh, I can't go there. Okay, I ain't going there today. I'm just gonna have a rant. Fuck it. So that's what I'm doing. I go up into the light, tell them what's going on, tell my ETs going on. I come down on the earth, make videos, tell you guys what's going on. Well, my experiences. I don't tell you what to believe in. I don't give a fuck. You know what? I got 60, whatever. I got not a lot of time left. You really think I care? If you're gonna, all you want to do is fight and argue. I mean, I do enough of that in myself. I ain't dealing with it. So, people get my shit, we can talk. That's all I want. Other people that watch this stuff, believe it or don't, I'm just planting seeds in your fucking head. So when you have an experience, you'll remember me, and you'll go back and watch the rest of my shit. All these videos are just seeds for you to fucking recognize yourself. Hey, that happened to me. One little goddamn experience out of 400 or 600 videos. One little experience you had, you say, shit, that fucking happened to me. Well, I don't care about the fucking world because I know exactly what it is. I know exactly. I don't know all the intricacies and the detailed political shit. Fuck it. But I know what's being played out. It ain't that hard to figure out. Ain't that hard. I know exactly what it is. When I woke up, Jesus was reviewing me in the tube. And the guy, he going, hey, Rich, you know what that tube is? I'm like, when you were delivering letters in the tube with your friend? I'm going, what? And he goes, you want to know what it is? I go, parallel universes? And he goes, yep. I go, I read your mind. He goes, no, I send it to your mind. I'm like, don't even fucking start, Jesus. Oh, yeah, he loves that shit. Anyway, did I send it or you send it? So I'll send him information, but he thinks of it. But then he'll send me information, and I think of it. So we have this little fucking game going on. Well, I thought about it first. No, you didn't. Then we just laugh and whatever. Anyway, so I'm in one universe in a body concealed in a tube. Your body on the earth in a box. But from the inner light's perspective, you're in a tube. And you go up and down and up and down and up and down. From the fucking divine creator all the way down to the earth. And I go up, delivering letters, all the way down, and I'm delivering letters to my friends. I'm delivering letters to the ETs. Shit, I don't even know in my head. I'll see something on the video that's true or false. The false war coming. And then, woo, go all the way up. Deliver a letter. Woo, go all the way. And everybody, not just me does that. Everybody does it, but don't even know they're doing it. So, but the 7 construction workers were saying, hey, well, look at me. And I'm looking at them. But in the past, basically, I'm one of them. But, failing. Now, the instinct I had, I don't know if that's totally accurate. They were doing construction. They're all looking at me because I was looking at them. So they're trying to figure out my response to something that's normal to them. Okay, so I'm looking at it from an ego perspective. Okay, the bulldozer sitting up, balancing on the 4th dimension between the 5th and 4th. The bulldozer's sitting there, balanced on the 4th dimension. I look down at the construction workers, and they're all looking at me like, "What the fuck's he staring at?" Like, it's just a goddamn car, right? To them, it's just a car. And the 4th dimension, the 5th dimension, all that shit, and transversing the dimensions. It's just normal to them. construction workers, they're here. They're here in the fourth dimension. These construction workers were in the fourth dimension, this earth, on the earth, doing construction. Hey, Rich, do you want to join in? Do the construction? By putting out the information, this is what I do. By putting out the information, delivering letters, I'm helping the construction of their ET shit on this earth. Wherever it is, whoever it is, what race, I don't fucking know. But there were 7 of them, and instantly I knew inside there were 7 other entities from that culture working here. Now, everybody says, well, they're good aliens, they're bad aliens. No, you think in the wrong context. Yeah, there's bad aliens, and there's good aliens. But guess what? There's 30 fucking good races helping the fucking earth. They can't interfere on a conscious level because you lose your shit. So they don't. They do, and what you get little peaks. They do little things, little CE5s, other things. Okay? They do little things to wake you up. They don't just fucking land a mothership on the goddamn White House lawn or the fucking CIA fucking whatever. They're already shooting them in space. They're fucking shooting the UFOs. How many times have we seen videos of that? And they are. I asked the ETs, why don't you just fucking come down here and land? Why don't you just bring the fucking sphere, put it in front of me on the grass so I can photograph it? You know what their answer was in the dream? You shoot at us. I saw it. I saw it. Fucking farmer shooting the goddamn UFO in the sky above the trees. Which was a physical representation. But from a farmer to the fucking secret space program, blasting the shit out of everything. Fear-based fucking culture. So they got to do all covert. The ETs. So anyway, but through us, my soul came from one culture. Thousands of people out there doing the same goddamn thing I'm doing. Just they don't swear. They just sit. They don't even make videos. They're just normal people doing their thing. Some of them know, some of them don't. And I'm gonna make another video about that someday, about other people I know. I went with the ETs and was helping in the illusion, the spirit world, helping the family that the ETs were contacting the kid. The ETs were contacting a kid of the family in Windsor. The ETs come down. I think they're coming to get me. They go, no, we need your help. I go off and I astral travel to the kid. The kid is me, is on a soul level, is them. He's born into the body. And they're coming to contact him. But when they come contact the kid, the rest of the family is affected. And they argue and they fight and they bitch and they scream and they run around. Our kid's going crazy, put them in the mental ward. So it's all that. I got to go around in the illusion, astral traveling. I go up to Dad. I sit down on the couch. He's fucking crying, smoking, drinking. I'm going, look, dude, you just got to calm down. It's okay. It's not going to be blah, 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 blah. You got to be okay. I do that. That's what I do. I haven't made any fucking videos about it because YouTube took my goddamn channel away and I lost them all. I got to remember everything I fucking done. So bear with me. This is the third time I'm doing this. Fuck. Anyway, so I've done that with the ETs. Help them out when they come talk to other people. Now, what really got me was the factory on the earth. The factory is a construction of the earth. Constructing of the earth. They come from far away, build a wall around the factory, construction of the earth. And it's top secret party going on in there. They're going to have a week-long party for all the people. What the fuck? You know, it's sort of like a Bilderberg convention. It's not supposed to go on, but they're doing it anyway. You know, Bilderberg convention. And that's where all the wannabe bankers and basically reptile fucking blood syphilis sucking fucking scum of the earth that are millionaires go there to figure out how they can control us. Basically, that's what a Bilderberger means. Um, Earth home of the demons, right? What do you do? So anyway, we're my race, Okay, say I'm not a fan of the Igigi, IG, Igigi. I'm not a fan of them guys, and I ain't a fan of their offspring, the fucking Anunnaki, or the next generation of half human, half god, fucking pharaoh fucks. Fuck them all. Fuck them. I shoot them as fast as they come to the earth. Okay, fuck them. You guys, anybody who thinks you don't fucking know, you don't get it. Anybody who thinks they're beautiful and peace and light and love and they sit in their fucking throne and they just hand out fucking gold bars to you, that's what the true Egyptians were. No, you fucking morons. I'm sorry, you're fucking stupid. You got no experiences to tell you otherwise. And it's just a fantasy in your fucking head. I'm sorry. Call me, hate me, unsubscribe. But guess what? When the fucking war happens, guess who's gonna be shooting? Saving your ass. Richard and all the other people. You think they're already fucking here? They're fucking already here. They're already here. All the reptilians you see, the bankers, David Icke's reptilians. What do you fucking think a reptilian is? I don't know. I've never seen one, but they're all the elite. According to David Icke, I don't know. But I do know, my soul showed me that the fucking hierarchy of the world, the kings and queens and the fucking fake kings and queens, it's all fake. It's all bullshit. It's all delusion. The only truth is fucking natural law. And you don't need a fucking king and queen with $100 billion and a fucking pope running the goddamn earth for natural law. End of the fucking story on that. And that's how I know from my fucking ET culture, there are no fucking kings and queens. There's a hierarchy taking care of running the show, but it's compassion and love and in the light. But I ain't gonna sit there and fucking twiddle goddamn crystals forever talking about it. That's why I swear, because it pisses me off so much. Pisses me off about that. The hierarchy of the aliens. Oh, the aliens, peace and love and light, and that's all they do is just sit around and smile at each other all day with crystals. You go fucking nuts if you lived up there. If you know what I'm fucking talking about, you go fucking nuts. You think it's all fucking okay? You can go up there and when you're done seeing everything in the living in the light and the cities in the light and with Christ and the angels and all that, you're gonna be going, now what? Now what? Time to go to Earth and fight. Have some experiences. Get laid. Get drunk. Smoke some fucking pot. All I wanted to do when I was up in the light was get back to Earth, play some fucking hockey, break some bones, knock some teeth of myself, because it's I can't explain it. When you are in the light, living in the spirit, in the illusion, spirit world, in the light, way up there on fucking 16th level, you miss going, come on, feeling the fucking muscles and the stress and the oxygen and the rocks and the fight and the hockey games and fighting and just the passion of it all. That's the living. Not necessarily shooting and fucking killing each other and raping. That's abuse. But just stress and rocks and trees and fresh air and coughing and fire and burning yourself by accident. The pain. You love it. You want that fucking shit. I guarantee it. That's why people in the light come down here, because they miss it. And that's why Christ is always fucking raping me and going obsessed with me. Because he misses it, but he's too fucking stupid to get his own body. So he's got a hijacked mind. Son of a bitch. Where the fuck was it? Explain this goddamn dream. Where is it? Want to take me to just fucking whatever. So yeah, anyway, so pretty much that's the dream I had. And the fence with the car, when the car went through the fence. So it was a chain link fence. Look at that as molecules. You know what a chain link fence looks like? I hope you do. Because you shouldn't be watching videos. You should be in grade 1. Or, I don't know. Chain link fence. There's holes in it. The molecules, subatomic particles, you can pass right through it if you can get to that frequency. So the car passes through the chain link fence. Chain link fence, a skin. Your skin. I have a past video where I went and saw inside myself a bacteria dead bacteria on my eye. I went into it right to the subatomic because I didn't believe in subatomic particles. So my spirit showed me subatomic particle. Find it and watch it. I think it's called subatomic particles. Anyway, pretty cool, pretty fucking cool. And that's goddamn truth, man. So anyway, that's what happens. The chain link fence represented the molecular structure, the holes in the skins, or the holes in that reality. Okay, we're all made up of subatomic particles. Go to this, become the subatomic particle, and you can walk through the fucking wall. Maybe the ET's got a device, a field that enhances that in you, brings that state of the flesh to that state where they can walk through the fucking wall. I don't know. I ain't there. I ain't experienced it. But the dream just told me it did. And I saw the subatomic particles. And guess what? There's nothing between them. Nothing. So what does that tell you? The chain link fence has nothing in the hole. If you can reach that vehicle, to reach a state and pass through that chain link fence. Now look at the chain link fence as me passing through the wall behind me. Just walking through it. Physical. And that's what it represented in the dream. Physical chain link fence. I knew exactly what it was, a chain link fence, and I knew that's a fucking car represented for the physical interpretation of the dream. They pass through each other. The ETs know how to do this. I don't. But I did have the fucking subatomic particles. And I'm always interested in that. How can you move matter? How do you take 100,000 ton fucking rock and move it? Fucking use a fucking spaceship. I'll tell you that. You gotta raise its vibration, do some shit like that with a technology that we ain't got, or at least I ain't got, or I ain't never seen it here on the earth. But when I'm doing the ETs and I'm thinking about all this shit, that's one of the things I saw, the subatomic space-time shit, and the physical matter as we see it. Everything's perception. Anyway, guys, that's about it for the video. I gotta go make stuff in the illusion room. So, I did CE5 this morning. I was thinking about all my experiences looking for a craft. Didn't see anything. Went home about an hour later, had a nap, and this is what I dreamt. Okay, later, guys. Stop recording.